Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Yhug. Welcome back to another episode of Yhug Yaps. What we thinking? Is that a good title for this series? I've been calling it that, but I'm not gonna lie. I just haven't been saying it in the videos because I didn't know, but I wanted to remind people this is a series. You feel me? This isn't just what I'm uploading. It is the main content now, but that's not what all of my content is gonna be from now on. You feel me? And I felt like it's cool to distinguish. Well, anyways, today's video, the topic is losing love for something that you were super passionate about. Basically, losing the love of the game. You feel me? And this came about because I was gonna do another video about a topic that I really liked, but then I sat there and I was like, wait, hold on. Am I talking about this because I can? Right? Like, have I lived through this? Have I experienced this? Can I attest to this? Can I truly say this to people and feel this way? Or am I trying to maximize views a little bit? Am I trying to ride a trend? And while I know riding trends is the right thing, I'm not in it. I'm not in it for that. You know, I love making content. I love being able to talk about personal experiences, and especially if someone feels the same way, they can relate and realize they're not the only one, that they're not alone. You know. So then I remembered that's how I lost love for YouTube and streaming in the first place. You know, when I started making YouTube videos, when I started streaming, all of this was for fun. I was a kid. I had a dream to do this for the rest of my life because it was fun and it involved something I love doing, which is playing video games. And as I got older and I started feeling the weight of the world, I wanted to do it for money. I wanted the financial security that I saw people I looked up to having, and little by little, I lost what made me want to do this in the first place. And as it became a chore and a struggle of sense to grind and try to blow up as quick as I could and trying to make the right videos. I mean, bro, I was hopping on Rainbow Six when I didn't want to play it just because I saw Jinxie brought it back. You feel me? I was hopping on Fortnite when I didn't want to play it because I saw it blowing up because everybody loved the newer seasons. And it just made me realize, like, no, I don't love the views. I don't love any of that. I just love making content. It's like, to me, it's almost an art form. Even though my content isn't nowhere near the quality of some of the best creators I've ever seen on the planet, I still just love doing it. And, a couple times I've lost love for it because I tried forcing this thing to work out as a job, and I lost sight of what really mattered most, which was having fun. My desire as a kid was to just do it for fun. I didn't care if I got 1 view, 0 views, or 100 views. To just sit there and make a video and be like the people I looked up to, and to put effort and time into something and say, I made this, was what I loved. And of course, like I keep saying, it slipped away. And I ended up losing passion for YouTube. And I do feel like in some way, it stunted my growth on YouTube. Who knows, maybe I could have been, I don't want to say the next big thing, but I could have been chilling. Like, this could have been a real, like, thing for me by now. I'm not saying it can't, because realistically, I don't think I'm ever going to give up on this. But what I mean is, this probably could have been my main thing already, Maybe I wouldn't have had to have gone to college had I kept doing the things I was doing. Maybe I would have been better off. I mean, who knows? I'm not saying I'm in a terrible situation by any means, but ideally, I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to do YouTube full time and all that. I wanted to try it. I wanted to pursue it. But like I said, when I lost the love for it and I started questioning, is this really what I want to do? Is there something else I'm missing? Am I missing something? I started asking God for signs. I was like, is this really what I want? Is this really what I need? Is this really what's best for me? And as I ask and I ask, I feel like I keep getting the same result, which is yes. Because every time I make a video, or every time I have a good stream, even if it's just like 1 viewer, right? And it's the homie. The fact that we were joking in chat and we were having funny moments and I could laugh looking back, it's almost perfect, bro. Like, it don't even matter for like, or when a random viewer from halfway across the world comes in and they're like, what's up? I'm able to talk with them and almost form a connection in a way. or when I make a video and it gets a comment saying, hey, I relate to this. You know, it has happened a bit. It was almost like that was what was gratifying, you know? That was what was fun. Or when I make a montage and it gets maybe 5 views, but I know that is one of the best pieces of work I've ever made. Or I'm like, yeah, this is sick, you know? Because y'all gotta remember, for me 100 views is a lot. I know to some people it isn't, but to me it still is. You know, that's what I love. And every time that happens, it's always after I ask God for a sign. But the one thing I've never listened to him when he tells me, and I know it's him telling me this, is do it because you love it. And it's okay to get burnt out. It's gonna happen. It happens to literally everybody. I mean, look at Max. He loves streaming, but he's taking a break. And now what is he doing? He's doing music. And maybe he quit streaming, right? Because music's always been his real passion. Maybe he quit streaming. And you know what? That's okay. You know? Like, maybe he got burnt out. I mean, it's kind of hard to try to stream for 365 days. You know? I'm not saying it's harder than 9 to 5. I do not agree with that. But what I mean is, it is hard to try to sit there and come up with content for 365 days straight, day in, day out. Energy drinks, streaming 48 hours, 72 hours. Like, it's impossible almost, bro. But, you know, my point is, yeah, I feel like it's okay to lose the love for something you were super passionate about before because you're feeling burnt out, or you know, maybe it's a sign that you don't have the right intentions anymore, or you're losing what motivated you to begin with. And that's why I stress so much of returning to that inner child. I look back at some of my old videos from 2015 when I was a kid, when I used to record the screen with the phone and I would put like Logic songs over it and pretend it was a montage. It's one of the worst videos ever. But when I was little, what was I doing? I was showing my dad, I was showing my mom, I was having so much fun. I didn't care. And I feel like that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You gotta return to that inner child and really find out like why it was so fun to begin with. And if you're questioning if that's what you should be doing, if you love it, then yes, it is what you should be doing. I don't care what nobody says. People are gonna say, oh, well, maybe fate had other plans, maybe life or God had other plans. Like I said, and every video I've talked about it, I believe if God gave you a vision or a dream or a passion, a good passion, right, then he will make it happen if it is truly for us, because I feel like he gave it to us for a reason, you know. And whatever that higher power may be to you, maybe if it's you've had that dream for a reason, that's why. Of course you're gonna have bumps in the road, but you need them to make you stronger. You feel me? But yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about. You know, sometimes I feel like we lose the love, passions, and stuff we used to be so passionate about as a kid, or when we were younger, or that we have now. And you know, sometimes maybe it's just burnout, which is okay. Everybody needs a break. But sometimes you lose sight of what made it your passion to begin with. You know, you get too focused on the real world. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, right? I mean, we got responsibilities. Sometimes, like, bro, rent is a real issue. The economy is a real issue. I don't blame you, bro. So again, take a step back, take a break, but reevaluate it. If it's because you lost sight of what made you fall in love with it when you were a kid, reevaluate it. And if it's just because you're stressing, talk to someone. It's alright, bro. But yeah. That being said, hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope someone was able to get something out of it or realize that this is a totally normal feeling. Don't give up on your dreams. Take a break whenever you need to. It's okay. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace be with you.